We got it figured out.
All right, excellent. Well, we're so glad that you guys came, and we weren't even sure if there would be anybody to begin with. But then also you have to watch us kind of like incompetently try to work out what's going on with the live streaming here. But what I was trying to explain when the microphone was muted was that when we set this up, I set it up on the computer, and then it required that I use the hardware on my laptop, which is not a high quality camera. So we were a little disappointed with that, but
we'll figure it out.
Hopefully that won't matter. And so we're just doing some Q&A stuff. So first of all, why don't you tell us in the comment section below where you're watching from? It'll help us to get to know you a little bit better. And then also we have some questions that were sent in to us already from our various platforms. If you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, then be sure to do that, because we put different content on each of these different platforms. On Instagram, we tend to drop a lot of our B-roll and some of the best images and angles from our adventures together. And then also from our on our Facebook, if I run across some deals for Florida attractions, even if they're not affiliate links, even if we get nothing out of it, we share those deals on our Facebook page because we figure it helps some people.
Yeah. But we have somebody watching from Pickens, South Carolina.
Wow, that's exciting.
I know exactly where that is.
I'm going to turn on some more lights, actually.
Okay, yeah. It's a little bit dark. There, that's better. So where's everybody else watching from? We have someone from Pickens, South Carolina. Let's figure out where everybody else is coming from. We'll see.
All right, excellent. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with some of the questions that we've already received. And while you're telling us in the comment section where you're watching from, then also be sure to drop in some of the questions that you also have, and we'll be glad to take a look at those and answer some of those questions as we do our Q&A live stream. The first is this. So we got this question from one of our Instagram followers, and they ask us about baby names.
Yes.
As you know, we're
gonna have another baby.
Yeah, we have a little baby boy who is due to be born on February 1st. Of course, he'll come whenever he wants to.
Yep, this is true.
But that's right around the corner. And so we really want to keep the official name of the baby kind of secret.
Yeah, a little bit. He's named after somebody important, and so we want to make sure everybody knows his name first that is related to this name before we announce it to everybody else. But we do have some names that we went back and forth on that we thought we would share.
Yeah, so
I liked the name Asher, and
I did not.
I liked Everett, and he didn't like that. And then he liked,
as you know, with Vivian, we did a name that's kind of like a classic name. She's we thought it was just really kind of a nice classic name, but we don't know that we like those as much for little boys.
This was hard for us. Naming a boy was a lot harder for us than naming a girl. We settled on Vivian's name almost immediately.
And we really went back and forth on this one. There was a lot of disagreement.
Yeah. What were some of the ones that you liked?
Okay, so I really wanted to name our little boy Blaze.
And I said no.
So tell me what you think about Blaze. I think it's great.
Okay, the name is not bad, but can you guys imagine if we had a redheaded little boy named Blaze? I just think that's not fair.
I think it would be unforgettable. You would never forget a redheaded boy named Blaze.
No, so I vetoed that one. And then he liked Clark, and I didn't like that because it reminded me of Christmas Vacation, the movie.
That's funny. I didn't know that was the reason.
Yeah, I don't want my kid named Clark.
I don't know. It just sounded like kind of a preppy name. And then also she said Jet.
I like Jet. I thought that was cool. I thought it was a cool name.
Yeah, that was kind of cool, but I had a hard time like picturing it as like a kid's like just full name.
So I will say we did settle on a 1-syllable word name. So if you think you know what that is, drop that in the comments and we'll see if anybody gets it right. His name is 1 syllable. It's not Jet and it's not Blaze, but it is 1 syllable. So maybe you can. Someone said, how do you spell that? It would be Blaze, right?
Yeah, that's
Blaze.
what I was thinking. Blaze.
Yeah, like literally a blaze.
so it's good to see. We have a viewer watching from Wales, and CCW100. You comment on a lot of our stuff. One of our faithful viewers.
Yes.
And so we're grateful for that.
You.
And it's good to see Kristen and Sam joining us from Utah as well. They just moved there from Hawaii. And we've been following their adventures since we came across them when they were here in Florida. I think that was just last year. And now she's like running a travel agency, and they are travel nurses, and they just got assigned to Utah. And we're planning to do a live stream collab with them coming up soon. That will be really exciting. We think that what we're going to do is Florida versus Hawaii comparison, because we have nothing to go off of Hawaii, and we're never been to Hawaii. Very fascinated and talking with them about Hawaii. So if you want to know more about that live stream collab, then tell us about that in the comment section below as well.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
And the next question that came to us from a listener to another Instagram follower is plans for travel with the new baby. So right now, since Alaina is expecting, we're getting a little closer to the due date. It's actually something that we're thinking about right now, that we are going to have to really think about scaling some things back for how frequently we're going and doing stuff right now, and the kinds of stuff that we can do while Alaina is expecting as she gets closer to that due date. So not real sure about that. Next thing is that with the infant, we are thinking that a lot of the travel is going to be right here in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
we're so grateful that there's so much to do nearby, but I'm just gonna have to really limit how frequently how far we're going for a little while. So we have some really exciting things that we have planned over the next several months, though. In light of that, is we'd like to finish off our things to do with a toddler series at various theme parks. So we did our favorite things to do with a toddler at Magic Kingdom. We just released a video, our favorite things to do with a toddler at Disney Springs. One of our top videos right now is our Legoland Florida video. We found that that's because there's not a lot of information about Legoland on the internet, and it's kind of an intriguing place as a result. So a lot of people are searching for that. So we did our top tips for the things that we wish we had known before we went to Legoland. And we did a Legoland first reaction video. That video didn't get as many views, but we think that we plan to purchase an annual pass to Legoland and go back there and do some more information on Legoland. We just bought annual passes to SeaWorld, which, if you don't know, all this stuff is on Black Friday sales right now.
Yeah,
so the deals, the deals are really good. I think Legoland is supposed to go on Black Friday deals, or like a Black Friday sale starting on the 23rd. The Awesome Pass is going to be $99 a person. So for us, we'd just be paying $200 for 2 adults. And I think Vivian is still free because of her age. So we're pretty excited about that. That'll be good. And then also, because of our partnership with our sponsor, dvcreservations.com, they obviously would want to sponsor videos that are kind of around the Orlando, Central Florida niche. So in light of that, we think we're going to bite the bullet and just go ahead and buy a Disney annual pass as well. But that one is much more expensive than any of the other passes that we're looking at buying.
Hi, here's the star of our channel. Say hi, Aiken-Adventures.
How many of you watch AikenAdventures just to watch Vivian, though?
I do.
Right?
I watch her videos because I say, oh, she was so little. Because it's fun to get all her little antics on video. All right, now she's gonna leave. She just wants me to open her snacks. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, she got what she came here for.
She doesn't need anything else. Oh, someone guessed Rhett as a name. That's a good guess.
Actually, that's kind of a cool name.
I have a friend who just named their kid Rhett.
So. Oh, right there. I see.
Yeah. We're going with the Wind. That's funny. No, that's a good guess. That's not it, though. That's a good guess.
Did you guess the Gone with the Wind theme because of her Southern accent?
That is good. But with the traveling with an infant, the things that we do post, obviously we're going to do our best to go enough places where we can include a toddler and an infant, because I know a lot of families have those questions if they're searching, because they want to know what is there for mothers, what is there for, from bringing a stroller, not just a toddler. So I think that would be helpful to some people. We're just going to kind of play it by ear, especially when he's really small. It'll probably limit where we can go.
And so, I kind of realize as well, like part of it is like when we go, we don't always know exactly what that's going to look like with those age groups either. So that is, so it's a question that we have. And so we try to look into that stuff and answer the question and then see how it actually all works out for us. And we feel like that's a service for us to be able to provide, because we figure this, like, we're in the state. It's not as far for us to go to get to that particular place. And so we can kind of go and experiment. It's not as much of a loss for us. But if we were traveling from really far away, then we would want to know this stuff in advance. And so we think that's a real help to our viewers. But just so you know, the theme parks are kind of on the horizon for us. We don't want to get locked into just doing theme parks, though, because we really don't want to just be a theme park channel. There are a lot of channels that are specifically only that. We sort of think that most people expect a Florida family channel to include the theme parks, but we don't want that to be the primary focus of our content, because we would love to see, love to keep doing even more of the town tours and getting to know the various other more localized attractions across Florida.
Right. Oh, they said they love our Christmas decor. I love Christmas, so I decorate the first week of November. And I know that's not ideal, but it's what I like. So, and Vivian loves it too. So I love Christmas. It's my favorite.
So right, next thing was, we got another question. Any plans to travel outside the U.S.? No.
Not at the moment. We've both traveled outside of the U.S. actually. I lived in China for a little while. He's been to several places, but as of right now, especially with small children, I don't think we have plans to do anything outside the U.S. We
like the idea. We really would like to, but I know it might not seem this way, but we broke it, okay?
Yeah.
We are broke. So.
It costs a lot less to travel within where we live in Florida.
We can go
overseas.
Yeah, that's the reason that we travel in Florida is like, other people are coming here to vacation, but we can drive.
Live here.
Yeah, it's in a we're within an hour or two or 3 hour radius. We can be anything.
Almost every single Aiken adventure that we've done, we do in one day. Like we take one day in the week and we go to that location and we come home. So we hardly ever even stay overnight. We don't pay for hotels or anything. So.
Because then we wouldn't be able to afford the attractions.
So mostly the price is the reason we wouldn't go outside the U.S. right now.
Yeah, and we don't have any affiliate link with this or anything, but we use the Choice Hotels credit card because if we pay like our monthly bills on that, then if we ever do take an overnight trip, then we can we get the points for the hotel room. And Choice Hotels is pretty inexpensive. Although I have applied for the affiliate link on that, they just decline us every time because we don't meet whatever criteria they're looking for. So that's a little disappointed. And then any cruises in the future?
We love to cruise.
This is a sad spot for us.
Yeah, we're so close to the ports and we love to cruise, but I don't know, just with
COVID ruined that for us.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but I mean, you guys probably know there's just a lot of unknown right now. So we don't have any plans to cruise at the moment.
No. We have a cruise that has been paid for in advance that's scheduled. It's just not scheduled. Like we've paid for it in advance. We paid
for it like a year and a half ago, but it keeps getting pushed back because the cruise line,
we've got two of them then.
The cruise line just hasn't been ready because of COVID.
One's with Carnival and the other one is like a whole Bahamas vacation.
So when we go on that, we will film it for you guys, but I don't know when that will be. So
that's all there's on.
So there's a couple of questions.
Oh, good. Some questions here. Okay, so one of them is, can you show us your Christmas decor?
I could probably insert pictures.
Love to do that. I don't know if you can do it from here, actually.
I could do like a short video of it.
Yeah, but we could definitely do because we've been trying to experiment with some different content at this point. Like we've done Alaina's beauty tutorials. We've also done some lifestyle vlogs where we just kind of, when we were sharing about the baby and stuff, those don't get as many views. We mostly do that for you guys, the loyal watchers who spend time interacting with us on our live stream and stuff. It's kind of a different audience than kind of like the general people who find us in like search engines and things. But we'd be willing to do.
We could probably combine it with our family Christmas. We'll show our decor and we'll do family Christmas.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll get that out for you. You can see all the Christmas decor.
Yes.
And then where's our next theme park attraction going to be?
When is the next theme park attraction?
I don't know. Maybe when we go to SeaWorld? Whenever we go to SeaWorld?
Yeah, I'm not sure. SeaWorld passes we already have. And then we were just talking about earlier, we want to buy the Legoland the Legoland passes, and we're probably going to buy the Disney World passes as well. But we have to wait to purchase those. And then this season is really busy. Is Christmas really busy for you guys too?
Yeah. With our real life, not our AikenAdventures life. Our real life is real busy right now. And also, I'm like 7 months pregnant. So walking around theme parks is not easy right now.
Yes. So we're kind of now our plans are we're trying to finish up a whole set of attractions in Fort Lauderdale and try to get a top 5 Fort Lauderdale video ready to go, and because we think that will rank well in search engine optimization, and Fort Lauderdale gets consistent search volume throughout the year, so we've tried to research that and try to figure that out. But we have an attraction we paid for down there and some other things that we have that are currently in the works for Fort Lauderdale, so that's currently on the horizon. That'll take us into Christmas, and on the other side of Christmas, we don't know what it's going to look like with our little baby on the way. Our little boy, I almost called his name. So
yeah,
but with our little baby on the way. So all that's kind of tentative right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it is definitely we can't wait. So. Yeah. But we have to.
Vivian asks us every day, are we going to Legoland today? We're like, no, not today.
She'll say, Daddy, you remember when we went to Legoland?
Like, yesterday? Yeah. She says everything was yesterday, even though it was last year.
That's fun.
So someone says, have we been to the Keys? We haven't been to the Keys, but it was on a cruise stop. So the cruise, I think, started, the first stop was the Keys.
Yeah, so we left
the
port of Miami. And sailed down to the Florida Keys, Key West.
Yeah, so we've only seen a little bit of it, but we'd like to do more video. It's a little further for us than most of the stuff that we do. So we'd have to probably do like an overnight to do the Keys, but it's on our thoughts. We've thought about doing the Keys before, so we'll try to do that.
If you really want to watch a truly cringy video, you can go back to one of the earlier ones that we made. And we made a video about our trip to the Florida Keys.
Yeah, that's when we first started out.
Yeah.
So
it was in the middle of lockdown and everything was shut down. Yeah. So that's our defense for not having gone anywhere. We just thought we would try to get some experience with making YouTube content.
Yeah.
So, what is our favorite Florida destination or city?
Ooh.
Okay, it might be different for the two of us, and I think it depends on what you're looking for.
What we're looking for.
So
I think my favorite is probably Sarasota on the West Coast.
Yeah, Sarasota.
I just liked the layout of that town. The beaches are nice. There's good like shopping and attractions. I don't know. It's hard to find all of those things in one town, but Sarasota was really, really nice. So highly recommend Sarasota. We did do a video on Sarasota. That's probably my favorite.
Sarasota might be the favorite town.
I think that's one of my favorites. We haven't done a lot of West Coast stuff because it's a little further.
Because it's fun to visit Orlando, but there's nothing about it that makes me think that I want to live there.
Yeah. It's nice, but it's not our favorite. We have been to Destin. We actually lived near there at one point in our lives.
I guess the only thing about Destin is like my personal hangups about my only personal hangups about the Panhandle, which we loved living in the Panhandle. Yeah. We love the Emerald Coast, beautiful, but it does get cold up there. And I really like that it's nice and warm.
Yeah, it's more
down
like
here.
Alabama, but the beaches are the best in the Panhandle. So Destin Beach is probably the best in Florida, in our opinion.
But we were thinking about doing a video of like our top favorite underrated beach towns.
Yeah.
The only thing is that one of the places on the list, I want when we do a video for Alaina to be able to weigh in, but one of the places on the list was a place that only Vivian and I went together. So Alaina hasn't been yet.
Oh, yeah. And so I have to see that.
But I can kind of run down part of that list for you right now. And that town she hasn't been to yet is Flagler, Florida. Flagler's really, it's a very small town, super underrated in my estimation. It's called the Mayberry by the Sea. And it's really quirky because it's on the Space Coast. They have something like this. They have Wham Burger and the Funky Pelican. But the sand is so cool. Now, I think it really sticks to you, but it's just a really cool color. It's almost this sort of like coral, pinky orange color. And then the next place on our list that I think is an underrated beach town is New Smyrna Beach. Daytona gets all the attention, but New Smyrna Beach is so much cooler and so much nicer in my estimation. We loved making that video. Mm-hmm. We did that together.
That was a good town.
In South Florida, Del Rey.
Yes,
is really cool.
Del Rey's really great.
And we really enjoyed going to Del Rey. It just, I don't know, it was really kind of a very cool sort of trendy vibe in the downtown area. The beach was really nice. But I think my favorite thing was we went to this place that was called the Girls Strawberry You Pick, which is like a pizza parlor / petting zoo / pick your own, / pick your own strawberries / ice cream parlor. And all those things were in the same location. And we just had a lot of fun in Del Rey, Florida that day. That was the best bird feeding aviary experience that we ever had.
Yeah, that was pretty
great.
We
really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool.
So we have two questions here that can kind of go simultaneously. One of them, one of you asked, anything dangerous happened to you while traveling? Followed by someone else has put, how is your tire? Any more mishaps with your car? So I think the most dangerous thing was that our van got a flat tire at Disney Springs. We made a video about that.
Yeah.
But we ended up having to call a tow truck. We had to call,
we
had to get a hotel.
Yeah.
So we had to get an Uber to go to the hotel at nighttime. I don't know if that could be dangerous.
But the frustrating situation was that I had just taken it in that morning to get the tire patched.
Yeah.
And so when we arrived at Disney World, by the time we got back out from Disney Springs, the tire was already flat.
And the screws were stripped, so we couldn't, AAA couldn't get the tire off. So we literally had to get a tow truck to come get it.
The bolts were stripped. They so anyway, it was so you can watch that video.
We had to stay overnight in Orlando because the car place wasn't open. And so we slept in our clothes. We literally had nothing with us. Vivian actually did really well. She thought it was really fun. She's like, yeah, we're going to a hotel. So much fun. But thanks for asking about our tire. It's good now, I guess. Although the tire pressure light has been on the last week or so.
Yeah, but all of the tires are inflated, so I don't know why it's on.
Yeah, who knows? But someone asked a little bit further up where our favorite place in America was. Which, that's interesting. I don't know where my favorite place in all of America would be.
To be honest, we're really loving living in Florida.
Yeah,
this has been enjoyable.
And we've been a lot of places.
We've lived in Florida our entire marriage. Yeah. And something we did together was we traveled as representatives for the college that I attended one summer throughout the New England. We got the New England tour, which included some mid-Atlantic states as well.
Yeah. So Maine was pretty. We did Maine.
Yeah.
We've been there.
But I wouldn't
lived
want
in
to live up
California
there
at one point.
Yeah. So if I were gonna pick anywhere else to live, though, I don't know. I mean, politics aside, if we were just going off of climate and like attractions and stuff, it would be San Diego, California. It's just bar none, like one of the most beautiful places in the country. If we were just going by location, but I mean, along with the location comes the real estate prices and the cost of living and the politics and all of those things.
Yeah.
Just not.
I grew up in South Carolina, so I like the fact that where I lived, we had the mountains close by, the beach was on the other side close by. We had all 4 seasons. We got snow. We also got fall colors. So for that aspect, I would probably move back there and live there. But I don't know. We like Florida.
But my next pick though would be Arizona. And I like heat. I don't like humidity. That's the one thing that's the drawback for Florida.
Yeah, it's humid
and
here.
There is a difference if you haven't experienced that. Yeah, I like the hot, dry climate of Arizona. And Arizona has some really cool towns too. I mean, you got Flagstaff and Tucson and Phoenix, and then Sedona is really nice. And then the Grand Canyon is pretty cool. So Arizona ranks pretty high on my list too.
Yeah, I've never been out there, so I can't wait.
That is actually something that's kind of a bucket list item for us, is a cross country trip, because I've traveled cross country several times. But Alaina's never gotten to do that. She's never done Las Vegas, which, I mean, if you watch our channel, then you know that we're not into drinking or partying or gambling or any of that kind of stuff. But Las Vegas was actually pretty cool, to be honest. Like Circus was pretty cool with the indoor roller coaster, and like watching the fountains at the Bellagio was really awesome. But Alaina's never gotten to do any of that stuff.
I haven't done that.
And when I did the cross country trip, I stopped in like Albuquerque and Santa Fe. I think I did both, because I think I-40 runs through one of those, maybe through Albuquerque. Then I drove out of the way to go to Santa Fe or something like that. But those towns were pretty cool, except for like the rest of the whole state of New Mexico. Not my thing. So it was just really too just open and boring. And then cattle country is really awesome when you go to like Oklahoma and Texas. Some of the best steaks I've ever had in my entire life. And that ranks really high on my list.
And that's important to him. Yeah.
But, not a fan of Arkansas. That was just kind of not really all that great, but at least Alaina needs to have the opportunity to drive through it and understand these things.
Yes.
So.
Someone asked if you'd visited Tombstone in Arizona.
No, I mean, obviously heard of it, but I never have. The most obscure town that was really interesting that I visited, it was in Nevada. Went to Virginia City. I was on vacation with a coworker, and we hung out at we went to Lake Tahoe area. We're hanging out there. And Squaw Valley, there are several resorts that are set up there from when they did the Olympics there a long time ago. And we drove over to Virginia City, and that place, you feel like you are in the Wild West for sure. There's some really old churches there. We kind of walked around, took some tours, saw some big pipe organs. Well, not really all that big. They were kind of little pipe organs. But but the coolest thing was that they were having like a parade that day, and everybody was dressed in like Wild West attire. And they told us there in that town that they have a parade at the drop of a hat, and drop a hat to have a parade, that they just have parades all the time. So, I mean, but it was still cool to happen upon a parade in Virginia City on that day. And it just felt like I was right in the middle of the Wild West. So.
All right. That's all the questions that we've got.
Yes. So
did we get any more?
Thank you so much for logging in. Sorry that there was a bit of an issue at the beginning with trying to get it up and running. I knew that there would be something like this. Honestly, when I was going to create the post to advertise that we were doing the live stream, I initially was going to say, like, our first ever live stream, come watch us awkwardly try to figure it out or something like that. But then I decided not to include that phrase, but it maybe would have increased the viewership.
Yeah, we'll see. It was fun though. I'm glad people actually showed up. I was thinking, I wonder if we're just going to be talking to ourselves, but you guys are the best. You're the real MVPs of our channel.
Yes. And so if you're watching this back at a later time, then be sure to give us some other comments. We'll be sure to interact with some of those comments over time. We'll look forward to that. And we look forward to maybe doing a live stream again sometime soon. Let us know how frequently you'd be interested in watching these. Well, this is it for this Aiken adventure. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you have not yet liked us across all of our platforms, be sure to follow us on Instagram, to look us up on Facebook. On all of those locations, be sure to put in Aiken Adventures. And we'll look forward to seeing you there.
Bye.